talking about 4 key topics today. We're going to be talking about the weather. Today it's 67 degrees is the high. Tomorrow, will it be nice? We'll let you know. Springfest. When, where, and we're going to let you know who's going to be there this year. We are also going to be talking about bullying on campus. Is it found here at OUC? How are we going to stop it? We'll let you know. And lawn care at OUC. Are they spending too much of our tuition money for lawn services? We want your opinion. And we'll let you know on this special edition of OUC News. Wow, what a newscast. As I'm sure you clearly noticed, I used several wrong hand gestures. Hand gestures are one of the most common forms of nonverbal communication and can cause mixed messages when they do not correspond with the verbal message being sent. After each news segment, I will break in to address and discuss hand gestures that were used incorrectly and inform you what hand gestures should have been used. Starting with the first part of the newscast, I used the hand gesture 3 instead of 4. This can confuse people because they will wonder if I'm actually going to be sharing 3 or 4 key points. The second big mistake is when my hand is placed in front of my face while continuing to talk. People do this when they are about to cough, not while they're continuing to talk. It is very distracting, and my hand should have been placed on the desk. The next wrong hand gesture occurred when I discussed Springfest. The rock-on hand gesture can be used at concerts or in your own personal life, but not in the professional setting. It would have been more appropriate to point to the camera when saying, "We'll let you know," later on in the segment. Another gesture would have been appropriate was an open arms or hands saying that Springfest is a big event. When I used the thumbs up sign while talking about bullying, I was sending a mixed message. Bullying is widely known for being a negative aspect in our society, and it would have been more appropriate to use the thumbs down sign. Finally, when I discussed lawn care services, I held my hands up when saying, "We want your opinion," when really that was confusing because it was as though I didn't want your opinion at all. I should have said and pointed, "We want your opinion." Let's continue watching the newscast. Welcome to today's forecast. Today's high is 83 degrees Fahrenheit and the low for this evening is 66. It has been partly cloudy today and there are showers forecasted for this evening. At 5 p.m. it is approximately 81 degrees Fahrenheit with the humidity at 47%. Winds are coming from the south at 14 miles an hour, and tomorrow we will be having a somewhat of an okay day. The high is approximately 67 degrees and the low tomorrow evening is 36 degrees. Storms in the morning, there is an 80% chance of rain. Winds will be coming from the southwest at 20 miles an hour. Sunrise will be at 6:44 and sunset will be at 8:11 p.m. tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we will be having partly cloudy skies with a chance of rain at only 20%. And as you can see on the live feed behind me, we have a front moving east towards Columbus, which you will see in the morning. Thanks for joining us. Weather is a key aspect in almost every newscast. The first hand gesture that should have been added is when I said today's high, and I should have raised my hand, is 83 degrees, and today's low, and I should have lowered my hand, is 66 degrees. By simply raising and lowering my hands, I am reaffirming my verbal message. The next hand gesture that should have been added was when I said at 5 p.m. I should have used the hand gesture 5. When I talked about the direction the winds are coming from, it would have been appropriate to show the direction with my hands. When it was coming from the southwest, move upwards. I used a thumbs up sign when talking about storms in the morning, while it would have been more appropriate not to use a hand gesture at all. The final mistake in this news segment was when I gestured to the map behind me. I gestured with the wrong hand in the wrong direction. I should have gestured with my right hand pointing towards Ohio and Columbus. Let's check out the next segment on Springfest. Reporting live from the future seat of Springfest 2013, where OUZ and Zane State campuses will be promoting their student organizations. This event is held one day annually from 11:30 to 1 p.m. Earlier I talked to the Communication Club, which informed me they will be promoting their club with free ice cream. I also talked to the Student Senate, and they will be doing a pie to the face for professors such as Tim Pollock and Linda Taylor. And I'm reporting live from OUZ campus. Springfest is a popular event for both OUZ and Zane State students. In this segment, there were several noticeable hand gesture mistakes. The first mistake is when I gestured towards Zane State College when I said OUZ, and when I said OUZ and gestured towards Zane State College. It is important to gesture in the correct direction. The next mistake is when I said, "This event is held one day annually," then shrugged my shoulders and gave a questioning look, as in I didn't really know if it was held annually, contradicting what I said. When I talked about some of the activities being held at Springfest this year, I mentioned the Communication Club is having a free ice cream and then used the money gesture. The money sign clearly created a mixed message for my audience. After talking about the Communication Club, I talked about the Student Senate group. I should have pointed or gestured towards my face when I said they would be having a pie to the face for professors. Now let's take a look at the next news segment. Hi, I'm Hillary Moran.
Hi, I'm Aaron.
Nice to meet you. Today I want to interview about bullying, and I'm wondering if you think bullying takes place in a college setting.
Yes, but not so much here on a branch, maybe more so on like a main campus or a high school.
Okay, and do you think you've ever been bullied here at OUZ?
No, I haven't, but I've overheard, someone talking to their friends and, like about a minority, and someone might have overheard it and got offended, something of that nature.
Okay, and what can we do to help students that are bullied here at the college?
We could just increase the awareness, make some posters or a support group for, people who feel like they've been put down, something like that.
Okay, and I am Hillary Moran, and I will talk to you later. Bullying is a hot topic in our society, so I thought it would be interesting to interview Aaron to see if he thinks it's occurring here at OUZ. The first, almost comical mistake was when he went to shake my hand as an introduction, and I fist bumped his hand. This is not a proper way to greet someone, and it would have been much more appropriate if I would have just shaken his hand. The next wrong hand gesture I used was when I asked Aaron, "Do you think you've ever been bullied here at OUZ?" And I pointed towards the ceiling when I said this. It would have been much more appropriate to point to the floor, as in right here at OUZ. When I asked, what can we do to help students that are bullied here at college, I should have gestured to him and I, as in we, because we are college students. Finally, at the end of my segment, I raised my arms up in the shape of a U, which was very distracting and overly dramatic for a newscast. I should have just left my hands down by my side. Let's check out our final segment on lawn care services. I'm Hillary Moran, reporting live outside of OUZ. Many students have raised concern about the money being spent here on campus for lawn care services. Does the grass really need cut every 5 days, even in the late summer when it barely grows? Students have also shown concern about the amount of fertilizers the lawn services use. If they mowed less, saving fuel costs and worker costs, only use fertilizer once a year, and cut back on the various flowers they buy annually, will the students really save money from tuition? We report, you decide. Lawn care service is a major priority at OUZ's campus. School officials want our campus to be beautiful as well as maintained. I completely understand this, but are they spending too much money in the process? In this segment, I made several mistakes with hand gestures. First of all, when I stated that many students have raised concerns, I put my palm and my hand down towards the ground. I should have raised my hand as in raised. When I talked about the money being spent, I should have used the money sign to let people know that it's very expensive for the services. The next mistake when it comes to hand gestures occurred when I asked, does the grass really need cut every 5 days? I pointed to the tree next to me and then brought my finger around as in I was saying every 1 day. I should have pointed down to the grass and used the hand gesture 5 for every 5 days. The next hand gesture that was used incorrectly was when I threw grass as I was talking about fertilizer. It would have been more appropriate to show a handful of fertilizer pellets when I was talking about the fertilizer, and it just had the camera zoom in on it. Finally, I should have used the hand gesture 1 for only spreading fertilizer once a year to save money. As you've witnessed from the newscast, it's very easy to send mixed messages to people when your verbal and nonverbal patterns do not match. Hand gestures are a great way to reinforce the words that you're saying if you use them properly. Thanks for watching OUC Special News Edition with Hillary Moran.